Hello, true believers. This is BebotsOnly, and I'm doing another vlog. And before my absence, I was doing a lot of these bootleg Gundam reviews here in the Philippines because we have a divisoria over here where you could buy these bootlegs wholesale. So I had a lot of time in my hands. So one of the things I did was put together these bootleg Gundams in the meantime. So before I get to the actual figure itself, let's get to the box. Sorry again for the crude lighting. I got only one light over here and it kind of casts a shadow on the side. So I guess if I kind of move it over here, see the shadow kind of moves, maybe depending. So I'm kind of in transition right now. So I know you have a lot of questions, but I'm trying to rebuild my audience again, starting from ground zero. Everybody knows I'm very familiar with starting over with another chat with this channel or another channel. So, but there's nothing I can do about it. You just kind of move on and do your best in the meantime. You control what you can control and do your best with that. So I will vlog, and the next one will probably dive back into my case since you have a lot of questions. I'm trying to give you a little bit of information at a time, because if I give you too much, you could be overwhelmed. So with that in mind, like I said, I just want to do these vlogs, try to do them daily to let people know that I'm here. And I want to add a little variety. I don't want it to be just all the case or all just food vlogs or just other vlogs, or so I just want to give it a nice mixture, give it a nice balance to kind of let everybody know what I'm up to. Yes, I'll talk about everything that happened to me in detail, what happened the last 3 years, all in due time. Like I said, I'm in the process of rebuilding my audience. So if everybody can help me out, especially to talk to the people that used to support my channel 3 years ago, and if they could somehow, if you could somehow contact them and let them know that I'm okay. But like I said, it's far from over. But in the meantime, let's do this vlog. It's not going to be my regular. It's just this one I particularly liked. I worked on a lot of bootleg Gundams in the while I was in incognito, I guess, for lack of a better term. And this one happened to particularly be my favorite because of this massive minigun. But before I get to that, let's get to the box. So this is a third party or bootleg. So this is what the box looks like. So it looks, when I saw the box and I saw that gun, I said I had to have it. It reminds me of like the movie Predator with Jesse the Body Ventura's minigun. And when he says, when one of the guys says, "Hey, you're bleeding," and he says, "I ain't got time to bleed." So I said, "Oh, this is exactly what he was carrying." I thought it was pretty badass, so had to have it. So when you see something like this, a mini Gatling gun, I obviously gotta have it. So the box is over here on the sides. So the color is more like this, not like this. You could paint it like this, and it's got the accessories. What does that say? And I want to say, excuse the camera if it's not macroing well, because this is actually Hero's phone that I'm borrowing. I don't have a camera yet. It'll take several months for the process to get back all my cameras and my hard drives and my laptops, and I don't even know what condition they're going to be in, if they can be found. I don't know yet. But in the meantime, at least I'm using this camera, which is kind of a mid-range camera. It's not a flagship camera, but it will have to do for now. So thanks Hero for letting me borrow his mid-range phone. But as you can see, it's good enough for our purposes. So this is what the box looks like. Some more art and actual figure right there, but with, it seems like camouflage paint also added. So of course it's the art on the box. I can't really zoom in that well. I'm gonna try to do this in one take so I don't have to do a lot of editing. And if you look at, it's a 144, 1 to 144 scale, RX-93 GunDoom. Amuro raised customized mobile suit for new type. I'm not familiar with this. What is it? It says model comprehend. Let's see, focus. I can only use one hand. Model, that says model comprehend. So I'm not familiar with this. Usually I'm familiar with TT Hongli, Daban, Dragon Momoko. So this one's kind of new. So this is my first experience with this bootleg. So that's what the box looks like. Let's look at the instruction manual. So this is the instruction manual. Let's kind of look through the pages so you can see the posing and so it's got this kind of camouflage customizing paint. You could do that. So it's kind of gives you an idea of what you can do with it. It kind of poses. So these poses are kind of nicer than the poses that I would do. Mine is just kind of like the basic pose here, with his legs stabilizing. Then here's one with the Gatling gun on his shoulder. And then you got the instruction manual over here, instructions. So what I usually do is I usually start with the legs first and then work my way up to the torso. So when you're building it, you have you can put it together versus starting with the head, then you just kind of set it down. So I kind of follow what everybody does now, is just start with the legs whatever order it is. And then over here they got these different, I think you could use different heads for this. I think there's two heads. Let's look at the accessories. Here's a picture of it in the back, like so. And let's start with the extra accessories first. I don't know if the original has this accessories, or I'm not even familiar with the original. But here are the accessories. You got these two bazookas. I don't know if it's got, sorry, I'm looking at it. Hold on, I'm getting a shadow. Let me move the light around so I'm not blocking the light. So look at the bazooka. It's got pretty good detail. Let's see if this moves. Yep, this moves. This handle moves. And you got these rockets in the back, and people are gonna first say, "Oh, look at the whatever this I forgot what these things, they're excess." Oh, well, you know what? I was in prison, so this is the best I could do. I don't have all my fancy to sand it down or cut it or anything like that. I couldn't have anything sharp while I was putting these together. So, and then you could see that the pods are over here. Gosh, I forgot what are these extra plastic called? It's not flash. Anyway, I'm sure somebody in the comments will say, "Oh, clean up those something." See, it's having trouble focusing. Won't focus. Anyway, so you could see, and anyway, that's enough of his bazooka. You get two of them, and I didn't see a picture where you could mount them actually. So if you want to do double bazooka, you could put two on his hand. So if you like the double bazooka look, you got two bazookas versus some models only have one. So, and this is an extra clip, I think. Oh, so this is a clip you can put on the minigun. So if you don't want the chain ammo and you want just limited ammo, you could just stick it on top, like so. That's what it looks like. Put it on top right there. So this is so if you don't want the chain ammunition look, you could just flop this on. Big, huge clip. Next is, I think this is the the claw, to mount his claw. For example, in this picture, if you want, he has a claw that turns into a shield that turns into a claw, sorry. So this is kind of like the adapter to put it on his forearm, like you see in this picture. And then, as usual, you got these, I call them hands, but people call them manipulators. So I never really understood that, where I kind of go, "Oh, look at my manipulator." it's no, it's a hand. So they call it manipulators. Maybe it's a model building terminology that jargon that they like to use. But you got these closed fists that can't hold anything. So if you want to look angry and just like start fist pumping, you got this fists. You got left and right, two of them. Then you got the open hands. So if you want to wave or you want to look like you're doing some kind of action pose or kung fu pose, then these are the open hands. So you got open hands. Let's kind of zoom out so you can see the detail. So it's pretty good for a 144 scale, the detail. I think it's, the only problem is I don't know, I forgot how much it is. So I don't have that information right now. But you got these beam sabers. They're kind of cool. I think this lifts up. Yeah, this part lifts up right here. So if you're a big fan of beam sabers or holding beam sabers, then you got two of them here, so you can put them on two hands. So I'm just showing you the extra accessories. Same thing. So you got two. So there's always two. So if you want to hold dual beam sabers, and here's an extra in case you break that one, or if you want to straight. So this, because you see how this one is kind of curved. This one's straight. So if you prefer the traditional, but there's only one. Or if you want to make one a short, or I was gonna say, is that a short dagger? Sometimes you have a long sword and a short sword. So, but this one's not really that short. And over here we got an extra head. So I'm not really sure what the difference is, but this is what it looks like. Come on, focus. If I had a tripod, this would focus better. So it's nicely detailed. All it's missing is like the V fin on top of the head, and it's goatee, traditional Gundam goatee and V fin. But there's the extra head. What am I doing over here? Whoa! Oh, these are the extra holding hands. Oh, for swords. So there's like a little hole in there for the sword. And then this one already. So this is his rifle, his beam rifle. Beam rifle. Then I already put the manipulator on it with the trigger. So if you want, oh, sorry, I'm blocking the lens here by holding up the cell phone, which is hand me down from Hero. But if any of you would like to contribute or give me a better camera setup, you can use the PayPal address at BebotsOnly@gmail.com. Like I said, I don't have my laptop anymore. I have to start over. I had to start a new PayPal. I don't have my email accounts. I mean, I'll get into that, but like I said, it's starting from ground zero. So this is the best that I can do. So I'm just doing my best with whatever it is that's available to me. Then here's the shield. You've got two of them. So look, it's got extra ammo over here. If you run out, you just grab some ammo over here and put it in your gun. And it's got the horse unicorn head. Like so, you could paint it, but it's just one solid color. I think it's several pieces, but it's nicely detailed for a 1 to 144 scale. So you could put that if you're a big fan of shields. In this situation, I'm not, and here's his claws. This could be moved. Like I said, you see this extra, the people are gonna be triggered by that. And they say, oh, why don't you clean that up? But only what kind of model are you? I mean, what, how am I? So these extend, I think. Oops. Yeah, whatever happened to the claw. Oh no, wait, this is another shield. I have the other shield on him already. But let's finish with the accessories. So that's that. And let's take a look at this bad boy already. It's pretty stable if you kind of balance it correctly. So the resistance here is the Gatling gun itself. Gosh, this light. I wish I had like one of those ring lights, or at least another light on the other side. Or I could just move the light. That doesn't help. stick with the light here, that side. Anyway, I'll just move it around. So let's just check out this backpack and how detailed it is. How this is where the extra ammo is going to be coming from, and it's supposed to be fed. So it's coming out of there, and then all the bullets. So it's a nice. So this is like a rubber, and it feeds into the Gatling gun on the bottom over here. So you got a lot of ammo. And there, while we're down here, we can see his feet. I think these open and close. So you got these cab boosters, and the armor looks pretty cool. Look at the knee. I like how there's a separation of color there between the gray and the blue, and yeah. So and then there's like a dark gray. So there's three colors. There's like a bluish gray, a gray, and a blue. There's his leg, and you can see the pistons inside. If I had all the time in the world and the hoses in the back, I would repaint that, but I don't. So this is the best. And then you get my hand out of the way. You can see like the back skirt, and then here we go. Let's go to the shoulder pads. This doesn't have any decals or stickers. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it properly. I usually say decals, but people say decals. Maybe they're doing it on purpose just to annoy me, or maybe I'm wrong. So here's the trigger hand, and there's a holding hand, and this is where you put the extra ammo pack, I think. So you can mount this on his shoulder. I think there's a hole in the shoulder where you can put this. But look at this gun. Oh, it's like, imagine it like, you're talking to me? Talking to me? I don't see anybody else here. You must be talking to me. I would say no, I'm not talking to you, if you're, especially with something like that pointed right at you. And here's his other arm extension. So I put it on there. I mean, I think when you pose it, they don't really have it on in the pictures, but I went ahead and put it on anyway, so it'll look more accessorized. So let's go to the chest area. So here's the shoulder again, hands. So everything is good. The trigger finger and the extra to make it look more authentic and lifelike is a nice touch. And then there's his head. I won't really go into articulation, since most models you just kind of pose it where you want it and they just kind of stand there. So no need for like, okay, this articulates this way, this, does the shenane, does the chicken head, whatever. I mean, it's pretty much all the same. It's pretty repetitive, so I don't really need to go through it. So, but the backpack is pretty detailed. Here's a side armor, and it's pretty much it. So like I said, it's the other Gundam that would probably that have Gatling guns is, what's that one? I forgot his name. But he had two Gatling guns, but it doesn't look as cool as this one. I wish I could pull it out right now, but I can't. I actually have like an SD version of it, like a super miniature version of Heavy Arms. That's his name, Heavy Arms. He's got two Gatling guns, but this one, like I said, it's much better. It's got the little belt feeder. It's if you look at the main fuselage over here, I don't know what to call it. This main barrel over here. Well, I mean, these are the other barrels. It looks way better, and it's got the hose over here for I assume cooling. I don't know anything about guns or Gundam gun cooling, but I know they get hot. So posed right there. Maybe you could lift up the gun a little bit over here so it's not pointing down, or maybe he is shooting something lower. But that's a pretty badass pose right there. It's pretty stable, but of course the gun's gonna be heavy, so you have to spread his legs apart so he doesn't fall over. But this is this one I like. There are other ones I like, but just like I said, this one with the Gatling gun is what makes it for me, because it's not something you see a lot of Gundams have. Like, have they where they the focus of the, or the main part is the gun, and they put a lot of detail into it. Let me see, and look at the other side. So it looks like on the other side, so you can see all the pieces. I'm sorry for that little seam in the middle. Maybe if I had some glue, I could probably glue it together so they won't have like that big space right down there. And then there's that. Let's just call it flash for now. I know somebody's in the comments gonna say it's this. It's called this. I just can't think of it right now. So this looks like, look at the bottom. Lots of detail on this gun, and the way he holds it, it's so natural. I mean, some guns, I have another, the other models where it's just so hard for him to hold or pose when you have a big gun like this. Well, with this one, it it fits perfectly. It seems like it's natural for him to hold it like that. So this has been my, it's gone long enough. This is my bootleg Gundam review. I've done, it's been a long time since I've done one of these, but I just wanted to let everybody know what I'm up to today. And I have a lot of things actually in my schedule today, some house cleaning kind of things I have to do that has been put off. And I mean that figuratively and literally. Gosh, can't think of the words today. But I said I was going to do a Gundam review next, and normally I do what I say and say what I do. So that's why people, that's how I kind of develop a rapport with people, by doing that. Anyway, this is BebotsOnly doing a bootleg Gundam review. If you enjoyed this, give us a like, subscribe, make your comments, and usually what I'll do is, after I upload, if I have time, usually I'll feed the trolls in the morning, because I gotta feed my trolls. It's just part of growing another channel again. And I have no problem with trolls. People say, BebotsOnly, why do you do that? I mean, yes, it does, like I said, it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is, if people talk about me, it doesn't bother me. It's when people stop talking about me is what bothers me. Anyway, this is BebotsOnly doing Gundam review. If you enjoyed it, like I said, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is BebotsOnly.